blasted with Fetty Wap.
Yeah.
That's what I was just saying. I was like, I just got it. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, well, why not? Honestly, play the classics. You know, I'm getting real tired of this fucking pen. The weed's good. The pen itself is not. Half the time I take a draw and get nothing.
Oh, that's the worst when your pen's like
Oh.
dead.
It's really annoying. Hi, chat.
Let's chat.
Chat will be getting started here in
Hi.
a second. We're just gonna like vamp for a second as people come in, and then we're gonna roll the intro music and everything, and then we'll get into the podcast. Sound good? Sounds good to me too. I didn't wait for any responses.
Sounds great.
We're doing it, and you're gonna like it.
Oh.
Hold on, let me retweet the live tweet real fast. I've been very bad about that for the past couple of weeks. And the Twitch audio's on. Love that for me.
All right, gang. Can
So
I?
sorry, chat. There we go. Okay, what's up?
I'm gonna give you a preemptive warning, guys. A year ago when we first started Fresh Rolls, I bought a pair of spiffy dice from the game store. But
Ooh.
like a week of having them before I even really started, I lost the fucking D4, and then I swore off using them because
Yeah, that's fair.
incomplete set.
As you
and that.
do.
I do that with my mushroom
I had to do
dice.
some. So with that money that Matt sent us for Fresh Rolls, I bought myself a new bed frame, and that's why I had to take apart the old one, put the new one up. But when I was moving things around, I found it. And you can tell
Hell
these really
yeah.
nice, like etched.
Ooh.
But the problem is they're really hard to read in the dark, and it's very dark in this room except for the light back there. So give me like a minute per roll.
Fair enough, honestly.
We better see like a halogen light just blasting on your desk whenever you roll. Or you know, better yet,
It's a 4.
you gotta just like paint over it with glow in the dark like marker or something.
Dude, that might be
Incredible.
I feel like an old person now.
But you are an old person now.
We are. We all are.
Late 20s. Late 20s is not old. No, actually, I
It's
know who I
old,
sound
dude.
like. I know who I sound like. The old people before me.
Yeah.
I can't say anything. You say late 20s, and I'm like, dude, I'm already in my 30s, so I can't really say much.
I'm about there. I'm catching up.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'll be 34 this year? Yeah, 34.
Oh
So
my goodness.
I can't say much on that.
20. I'm gonna be 28.
Same.
I feel it.
I just turned 28.
Nice. Happy for you.
Thank you.
So happy for you. My check engine light on my knees is on permanently now.
Same.
Real as fuck. All right. I think we're about ready to get started. Chat, bear with me. I'm going to edit this out for the actual podcast release on podcast services. You guys got the Patreon cut behind the scenes shit for a second there. I think it's time to roll the intro. Here, hold on.
Let's do it. Lay it on us, Dungeon Daddy.
Hi, welcome to Fresh Rolls, a weekly piping hot tabletop RPG podcast brought to you live every Sunday night at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. EST. My name is Preoccupied, or Matt. I will be your Dungeon Master for tonight. Joining me, as always, is Felix Sictrix, Sinking Flounder, Fomarshi, and Tofar Love. Everybody, how was your week? It's been a while. By a while, I mean a week.
It was
I feel like it was
okay.
a very long week.
I feel
It's a
that.
long week.
I feel that for real. We're gonna change the music so we don't have to listen to Fetty Wap anymore.
Nothing against Mr. Wap, but thank you.
Yeah, nothing against Mr. Wap himself, the original wet ass pussy. This week on Fresh Rolls, some housekeeping for you. No sponsor, which is why I can say wet ass pussy on stream and not get any drawbacks to that. You guys will still continue watching, I think. Next week we might have a sponsor though. We'll see. Shout out maybe to HelloFresh, and if not, fuck you, HelloFresh. That's a joke. I want to keep that sponsorship.
My on-screen smoking time.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
It's gonna
no.
be. Yeah, we won't be able to smoke or anything. On
We'll do
stream. You can turn.
I
your
think we all
camera
need like
off.
a be right back. Yeah. We need like a
Yeah,
be
yeah.
right back thing for our cameras being off.
Oh my god, I might be able to set that up where if you like turn your camera off, it gives you just like back in a second on the your camera window. That'd be kind of cool actually. Anyway,
would be cool.
we're doing Time of Blood season 2 episode 2. Yippee. Is everybody ready?
Yay.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, while we have this fantasy music, oh, hold on, I have to read this from Riley in chat. Blasting Fetty Wap on ye old JBL sending stone across the realms. Real and true. That's exactly what we just did.
Thank you, Riley.
If you do anything in this game where you think you need some epic Fetty Wap, not just regular Fetty Wap, but trap royalty, let me know. Tell me you want it on, and then you can do your crazy shit.
Absolutely.
Where we left off, does anybody want to recap where we were at the end of last episode?
If I remember correctly, we just attended a funeral
Yeah, you sure did.
we just attended a funeral for, I forget his name that fast. Don't remember who.
It's a long German
that
name.
person.
I get it.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but we had I do.
Arnval.
Arnwald.
There you go.
Correct.
So we had a funeral for them, and as we were getting ready to leave, we were handed keys to a bastion to do with as we please.
Yeah. So you guys at the end, basically just to sum up the episode, I recommend if you haven't seen season 2, episode 1 of Time of Blood, go watch that shit. I think that was the episode that came together the most in this show. We're all very proud of it. Go check that out. Everybody had their own little character vignette where they met new people and old people. I guess technically both old people as in old people and people as old people as in like people you've known before. And we met somebody new, Dio, who has no last name, just Dio, a raccoon druid, traveling the lands looking for the perfect flower to give to his wife. And as everybody returns from their horrific experience, and then like 4-ish weeks of solitude, everybody meets up in Duskwater for the funeral of Arnwald. And their presence is requested by the 7 in the meeting hall of the Adventuring Guild. As well as on their way out of the funeral, they were all given bastions. And if you're not familiar with bastions, they're basically castles in which you can like have people prepare potions and stuff for you, perhaps imbibe magical weapons, build ships, build structures, basically do anything that takes a lot of labor. But first, you have to hire people. You all have castles, and we'll get there at some point. But for now, you guys are in Duskwater. The orange sky above you, beaming down a cool light as the season changes from summer to fall. The trees around you match the sky, orange and yellow. But the city streets don't change. Adventurers, traders, pirates, members of the Navy. Everybody bustles through Duskwater as equals. Above you, gazers, small beholders, with not even a fraction of the intelligence, fly to and fro carrying messages and mail, and sometimes off to go cast spells to play pranks on people. As you leave the Adventuring Guild Chapel, you find yourself on Duskwater's main street. Around you, there are shops, there are bars, all sorts of people from all parts of the world. And you have about an hour before you have to be at the Adventuring Guild for a meeting that sounded pretty dire, but isn't starting yet, so you have time to do whatever you guys want. So, what is it you guys want to do?
I think we already went to the bar, so
Yeah, y'all are
be a little boring for us to go.
tipsy.
Yeah, we're a little tipsy. It would be a little boring to go back to the bar. If no one else has anything they want to do first, I'm gonna go touch base with Hero, my goblin friend, and maybe grab something from my workshop.
Okay. Yeah, you do you head straight to the workshop, or do you do anything else beforehand?
Yeah, I think Skunk looks at everyone and says, "All right, we got what, a few hours before we're supposed to meet up. I'm gonna go touch base on some things, and I'll meet you guys at the hall."
All right. Yeah, you
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Do they want me there
Sounds
too?
great.
Yeah, that's a great question. Dio, what's your what are you looking for? What's the
A flower.
a flower? All right. And I feel like you're kind of just tagging along right here, right now. I have no personal issue with you. Oh crud, my communicator's about to die. I'll be back.
Oh.
Oh no.
Okay, we're gonna switch to non overlay mode for a second because I have not set
Oh,
up
God.
a 4-person overlay. Sorry, chat. Just imagine that we all have gothic towns surrounding our faces. Yeah, Scrunk fucking scurries off. Dio, there's a lot of florists on Main Street.
Yeah, I'll go check out Main Street then.
Okay. What's everybody else
I'll kind
gonna
of
do?
hop out.
I think Ripple is going to go and check on Harvey's houseboat that her crew is going to move and make sure I'm not going to be accruing any tickets.
Okay. Yeah. What's Wisteria gonna do?
I'm just gonna go browse shops for a bit until it's time for us to go.
Okay. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Probably a potion shop just to see if there's anything I can get before in case we stock up for next time.
You find a few immediately. I think I'm gonna roll a d4, and we're gonna see whose little vignette we resolve first. But while we do, think about whether you want to go to an expensive potion shop where they have like the good shit, but it's gonna cost you a lot, or if you want to go to a regular potion shop where they've just got like your standard potions. Maybe something expensive that's gonna be a little less expensive than the beefier shops, but you never know. Let's roll that d4. Let's see. That is a 1. Ripple. You go to Harvey's houseboat. You go to where your crew said they would be taking it, and you find a beautiful little cove that's just kind of filled with other houseboats. There is a single guard in a skiff, just kind of like floating around, making sure nobody's causing trouble in this little area. It seems to be like basically the Duskwater equivalent to an RV park.
Okay. I'm gonna go in Harvey's houseboat.
Okay, yeah, you go in. It hasn't been inhabited for a while. There are cobwebs. It's dusty. But it's also Harvey's houseboat. So it's a little like there's clothes on the floor. It's a little bit it hasn't been picked up. Harvey doesn't normally have guests in the boat, you know? Um whereas he's usually out in the field. So that's just where he goes to like change into a fresh robe and just fucking skedaddle. Maybe like get some new fishing tackle from his closet. That's it. And that's all it looks like it's been used for.
Can I go through his things?
Yeah, you absolutely roll investigation for me.
Yeah. I paid 10,000 gold in parking tickets. That is a 10 plus minus 2. That's an 8.
That's an 8. Roman, what is something in Harvey's possessions that he would keep on his boat that isn't like incredible, but also not like just trash?
I think you find an ID for a wizard college. It's Harvey's, and it's him, and he's just like a little thinner in the picture.
Yeah, you see an ID for the Wizard's Tower in Ralith. There is in the north of Ralith, beautiful area. Redwoods line fields filled with tulips, and at the northernmost point where the sea meets the land is a Wizard's Tower, and that is where Harvey went to school. You you look at the ID and it says Harvey Hare Jr. Ralith Wizard's Tower.
What a guy. I think Ripple tucks it into her pack.
All right, yeah, you do that. Anything else you want
I'm
to
so
do on the
sorry.
houseboat? All good. No
What
worries.
did I miss?
Ripple is currently rifling through Harvey's things in his houseboat.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me switch back to our overlay. There we go. Beautiful. Is everything okay?
I think we're set up.
Awesome. That's what I like to hear. Yeah. Ripple, is there anything else you would like to do?
I guess not really, because I've already looked around, only really found an ID. No, I'll pass.
Okay. What's your passive perception?
Good question. 15.
15. As you walk out, you see a small flask sitting on the desk by the door in Harvey's room. Little metal flask.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna go pick that up, take it.
You do.
Can I check it out?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll. Well, actually, how are you checking it out? With a 15, I'll tell you it's a little metal flask. Looks like something you would
Yeah.
keep booze in.
I think I want to check for Arcana since he's a little wizard.
Yeah. Roll Arcana for sure.
That's an 11.
It's an 11 for Arcana. You don't detect any magic from it. But that doesn't mean anything. There's a lot of potions out there that don't have like any magical residue to them, but still have magical effects. It's more of like how it interacts with what's inside your body.
Can I open the flask and smell it and see if I recognize the scent?
Yeah, absolutely. Open that cap and roll me a con save.
11.
11. You're going to take
Mm-hmm.
2 points of poison damage as a note falls from the strap on the flask.
A note?
A note.
Oh, I'll grab the note.
Yeah, you grab the note, and it says, hold on, my notes app crashed.
Bunch of technical difficulties tonight. I love it.
Incredible. It says, enjoy the shits. Harvard H.
Oh God.
That's
I'm gonna.
It's written in a hand that looks very similar to Harvey's.
I think Ripple's gonna put the cap of the flask back on and also tuck that away in her pack.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna head back to my ship.
Okay. Yeah, you head back to your ship. Your crew's honestly just doing like busy work, mopping the deck, just cleaning stuff up, making sure you're ready for your next voyage.
Can I go to the captain's quarters and could I believe somebody mentioned attunement to my armor. Could I attune to my armor?
Yes, it's gonna take a little longer than I'd say at this point. You probably have about 30 minutes till the meeting, and you were
Okay.
about
How
15 minutes
long
away.
would attunement how long does it take to attune to
A long
armor?
rest.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
I'm gonna hang out with my crew.
Sounds good. But if you're like wearing it, it's gonna passively attune to you.
Okay.
So it'll
I
take
am in
longer than
fact
just like
wearing it.
focusing on it, but like it'll do it over time. It's still like good armor right now.
Okay.
All right. Next up, let's roll that D4 again. Wisteria, what are you doing? Going to a potion shop, huh?
Yep, gonna go to the potion shop. It's just to send stuff back home. I want to see, since I have gold to spend, I'm gonna go to more of the fancy, expensive shops. See what they have in there.
Okay. Yeah, let me pull up my potion list. Now, I just to let everybody in on why it takes me so long to search things through my notes. I have about 102, 103 pages of notes for Time of Blood. And there's a lot of tabs open at all times on my notes app.
Like notes everywhere, here, there, everywhere.
Okay. Yeah, you walk into this potion shop. It is, I don't know if how often you go into Apple stores, but like everything's like clean and like white and like pristine. And it looks like there are people just like scurrying about helping wealthier adventurers find the potion they're looking for as they get commissions on all sales. You are immediately approached by a drow man, and he's ready to help you find the potion you like. What are you looking for?
I'm gonna go up to him and say, "Do you have any potions for plant growth?"
Look at my wares. And he like opens his jacket to you, and in the pockets of his jacket you see a few potions that pertain to plant care. There is one of there's a potion of never wilt, which basically ensures that a plant's never going to wilt because of blight or weather. There is a potion of instant growth, which like you plant a seed, pour some of this on it, and it immediately becomes a mature plant. And then there is a potion of tree powers activate, which we all know what tree powers activate does. I want that to be a thing so
Okay,
bad.
activate. Okay. So I'm gonna pick up the potion never wilt and growth, and I'm gonna
Okay.
take those two.
That is going to be actually those are on the cheaper end for this shop. So that is going to be 900 for Neverwilt. That's going to be 600 for growth.
Okay, so that'll be 1,500 gold. Perfect. And so then I'm gonna go ahead and store those away. And then what about for healing?
For healing,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, hold on. Let me pull up the other tab. You got all your standard healing potions, and a potion of fleeting invincibility, which for 1 round, you will be invincible to all attacks.
Ooh, really good.
Hey, I'll take that. How much is that one?
That is going to be 10,000 gold.
Let me see. What does my gold look like here?
Pretty good. I can tell you right now, you definitely have that much.
I do. Mm, just cause you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay, mark that off of your gold. And then did you want any extra healing potions?
Nope. I'll take those. The 2 for the plant, and the Neverwilt, and the other one I just bought. I'm gonna send those home.
Okay. Be sure to put those in your inventory. The potion of fleeting invincibility and the plant potions are homebrews, so you're probably gonna have to enter those in yourself, or just put them in your notes. Up to you.
Okay.
But I've decided I'm gonna start telling y'all when this isn't 5e stuff, because I don't want you to spend too much time looking at D&D Beyond trying to find the item. So that's that. Next up, let's roll that D4 again. Dio, what you doing?
I think he's looking around for a nice little flower shop.
Okay, yeah, you find a bunch. There's a lot of florists. Just on this main drag through Duskwater.
What's the what's a nice looking place looking like?
It really depends on what you're looking for. There are more exotic shops that deal in more the rarer tropical flowers, as there are not very many tropical places left that are inhabitable by people in the world since the drowning. There are definitely a ton of tropical places. Like, don't get me wrong, but going there is usually a death wish. So there's a lot of like temperate flowers and just flowers from all over the globe, but the more expensive ones are these tropical flowers.
I want to go to one of the tropical, one of the ones that like have information about them.
Yeah. You walk into a fancier flower shop, where you are immediately greeted by a halfling woman who is, she's like wearing a little yellow apron and like a pink dress. And she greets you and it basically follows you throughout the store. Around you are flowers with names you probably couldn't pronounce if you tried. And flowers whose names you could pronounce that you didn't even know were tropical. But it depends on what you're looking for. What is in Dio's mind the perfect flower?
I think it's the rarest thing he could possibly find.
Okay, you're in the right place. Is that what you say to the shopkeep?
Yes.
She walks into the back. And after about a minute, she comes out holding a glass case, a la Beauty and the Beast. Just big old glass cloche over a small tin plate. And she lifts it, and the most horrid stench drifts into your nostrils.
Ooh.
As you see something that like maybe an eldritch being would call a flower. It has petals that are giant and fleshy. They look like you could poke them or like stick a finger into them and they'd pop. And the center is a hole. Dark and dank. And inside you see dead insects.
Yeah. I think maybe I wasn't specific enough, and maybe that was my fault.
This is
Can
our
I just
best
kind of
carnivorous
reach to have
flower.
them?
Very rare.
I'm gonna start reaching to have them close the case. I don't want to see this right now.
Okay.
Oh, you can
All
just
right.
close. Maybe that was on me. I was looking for something maybe more, um, traditionally beautiful and extremely rare. Maybe you know of one where you don't have one.
I
I'll rub my little hands together.
have one, but I don't know if you'd be able to afford it. I'm not assuming or anything. It's
Oh.
just this. It's a rare flower.
I'm sure something can be worked out. I have a variety of nuts and berries that we could trade.
Oh, you're so cute. I'll grab it, but you'll see. She walks into the back, puts that stank ass flower away, and
God bless.
comes back with another glass cloche, with a tin plate. And inside it, standing upright, even though the stem has been severed, is a pure gold orchid. It's beautiful. It shines in the light. It is like, you know how gold is usually like a dull luster? This is, you can see a reflection in it. It's beautiful.
Mm.
And she says, how many millions you got?
Berries and nuts?
No gold. We deal in gold here.
Oh. Gold. Gold. Well, I may not have that much gold. But I could give you some wisdom.
Do you understand how societies work and economies happen?
I'm gonna blank stare back.
No, of course you don't. Wisdom's not going to cut it. I appreciate it though. Is there anything you're willing to buy with money?
I don't know, looking at my little pouch. I think I only have like 5 coins on top. I probably just picked up on the street.
I'm gonna say, Dio, as like a traveler, you've probably got somewhere around 1,000 gold.
Oh shit, I forgot.
Yeah, this homebrew setting has a really fucky economy. I got you.
Oh, I love to hear it.
What just happened? The music just changed.
Is there an audio thing?
It sure was.
Yeah, that might have been on me. Sorry.
That's all good. I got jump scared.
My bad.
All good. No worries at all. Yeah, Dio, this woman is looking at you like, get out of my store, broke ass. Like,
can I ask her to explain like how off I am in terms of these little round discs?
Little round discs?
Yeah, coin.
You mean gold?
Yeah.
She takes a look at your bag and she says, you're off by probably about 1 million.
Is that like a small amount?
Does math elude you?
Math.
Get out of my store.
Meal. I'll kind of wander myself out, lost in thought now about lunch.
Okay, do you get lunch?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely afford lunch. You get like a nice po' boy from somewhere. Like,
perfect.
Hell yeah. And next, we've got, well, I guess I can flip a coin. Except I can't because we've already done everybody's but Skrunk's. I was just like, we haven't done Ripples yet. Ripples was first.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, Skrunk.
Okay, we can do Ripples again. I missed it, so
that's fair. Run it back.
Yeah.
Skrunk,
with better rolls this time.
Yeah, right. it wouldn't be Time of Blood if Ripple wasn't rolling like shit.
I know.
You Skrunk, you make it to the lab. It's shutting down for the day. It's later in the day. It's about like 5 p.m. ish. The orange sky is starting to turn purple as the sun starts to set in the autumn evening. But as your colleagues are like filing out of the lab for the day and heading off to their taverns or to their homes, you see Hero filing out with them. He looks like lost in thought, leafing through some notes with like a pen in his ear as he's like just absentmindedly following a group of people with no like destination in mind.
Yeah, Skrunk is going to try to sneak behind him and scare him.
Roll stealth.
Hero wasn't on the ship that found me, right? He was.
No, he was not. It was
That's what I thought. Okay,
Adventurers in Veracraven. None
That's
of the
right.
adventurers you recognize. They all seem to be like C ranks, D ranks.
Gotcha. All right. I'm probably still wearing my armor. I'm going to have disadvantage. That is a 12.
That's 12. Let's see. Hero's perception is not very good. And that roll was not very good. He doesn't see shit.
I sneak up behind him and I whisper into one of his large goblin ears. What are you working on?
Hold on. Does a 19 hit?
Yeah, it does, unfortunately.
Yeah, Hero goes, oh, fuck, and just fucking turns around and throws a punch. He decks you across the face. You're only going to take, like, 2 bludgeoning. And he goes, oh,
Yeah,
Skrunk, I'm so sorry. Oh, my God.
Skrunk is, like, on the ground. He's, like, holding his nose. He's like, oh, dude.
I'm so sorry.
Dude, I haven't seen you in, what, weeks? This is how you fucking... Oh, my God. What, have you been working out?
Yeah, actually, I've been taking boxing classes.
Yeah, fucking show. Jesus Christ.
I'm so
God.
sorry. I owe you a drink or an ice pack or something?
Yeah, I have ice packs in my... Here, I wanted to touch base with you before you go out for the night. You mind coming with me into my room?
Absolutely. It's great to see you again. I thought you died.
Oh God, yeah, it's good to see you too, man. And he gives you like a little like side hug as I like walk inside.
The Hero returns it.
How things been going? We'll see. He's like sort of clog his nose with like tissues.
Yeah, there's a little nosebleed.
But they're very big, like lizard nostrils. So
Incredible.
He looks quite
We've
ridiculous.
Got, like, whole paper towel rolls in there.
Yeah. So how
have things been going with the research and whatnot?
It's actually been really good recently. With all of the stuff that you brought back from that pyramid whenever you went there, we've been able to make great strides. Can I show you something?
I would love that so much.
Follow me, and he takes you down to the weapons testing range. This is where like you test more like mechanical weaponry, like ballistas, cannons, the sort. You walk in, and sitting in lockup is an upgraded version of the sun cannon that you use to kill Gareth of Lowbrook, the Vermilion Lord. And Hero like wipes his little like brass like scientist badge over a little arcane stone glowing purple. You hear a beep beep, and lockup opens up. He grabs that sun cannon. He's like, "Would you like to do the honors?"
It hasn't been fired yet. He takes it. And he tries to sniff the barrel to see if there's been any recent usage, and he realizes he can't. So he starts like flicking his tongue out.
There you go. That'll do it. Roll
investigation.
I guess investigation.
Constitution, maybe.
I'd allow Constitution, investigation, or Constitution to biologically tell if this thing has been fired before.
I'll say investigation. That's not 20. So either way,
that's a nat fucking 20. Yeah, with investigation, this thing has never once been fired. You can taste the arcane energy just kind of like flowing off of this thing.
Oh, that's pure. That's some good shit right there.
It's not drugs, you freak.
Oh no, anything dangerous and weaponized is drugs, my friend. It's better than drugs. It's
I
a
worry
weapon.
about you sometimes.
Did you worry about the people that are going to be on the wrong end of this bad boy?
I'm not
Where's
going to
the
worry
where's the
about the
target?
vampires.
Is the range like loaded up? Is there something down the line?
There's a target. No, there's like
I'm
a
gonna
large like straw dude. It's basically like a fucking scarecrow at the end of the
with
range.
like little like candy corns where the
Yeah,
mouth should be.
sure, why not? Yeah, he's got little
Yeah.
he's got like a cardboard face with like a little like evil smile and like angry
Yeah.
eyebrows and little fangs.
I love that. Can I take a shot?
Yes, you can. Roll to hit. Just
I would love
as
to.
you would with your gun.
How big is this compared to Scrunk?
It is so the sun cannon isn't all that big. It's about the size of your arquebus, more or
Okay.
less.
Gotcha. With my normal pistol.
Yeah. So like to give you an idea of what this thing looks like, it looks like a blunderbuss, black in color, with gold wires running up the sides. It is very much from a society that is much more advanced than yours, but this version of it looks like a pretty solid recreation of that using arcane energy rather than like space materials.
Sure. Gotcha. I rolled a 12
You rolled a 12.
to fire this thing off.
That's going to hit this this fucking hunk of straw. Roll me. You know, I didn't actually make a thing for when this isn't fired at a vampire. Hold on. Let me do
Maybe
some
just
quick DM math.
force damage.
Roll. Three D12
Oh
plus
wow.
whatever your damage modifier is,
Cool. So
and
that's
that will be radiant
3
damage.
plus radiant, nice. So 8. Wow. 11. 16 radiant.
16 radiant. Add your attack.
Yep,
Whatever
16
your plus
radiant
is. Oh,
total.
that's it. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah, you fire this thing, and the entire room just lights up in just bright white light. It's as if you just unleashed the sun in here. It's hot
Oh,
as
beautiful.
fuck. It doesn't
love
hurt
it.
you at all, but you definitely feel the recoil against your shoulder.
I think there's maybe like a like for a second our shadows get like imprinted onto the ground like
It's very much like an
nuclear
anime.
explosion style, and then it like fades.
Yeah, it's very much like an anime where you see like these shadows and then they're just like they dematerialize. Like they are just
Gotcha.
fucking blown apart by this thing. And as your eyes adjust to the darkness after this bolt of pure solar energy flies out of this thing, you look downrange and the entire straw man standing at the end is just now a pile of ash.
Amazing.
Hero, I gotta say, you all have been cooking up something really, really beautiful. I wish I could have been here when you fine-tuned this.
And he
Well,
puts it
we
back
named
on
it
the
after
rack.
you.
Excuse me.
Turn it over.
He turns it over. What does it say along the barrel?
The Skrunkinator, Mark 1.
Amazing.
So I thought you would like that.
Hero, I don't know what to say. I would hug you if I wasn't concerned about bleeding more on your shoulder here.
That's all right. There's blood on my shirt already.
Yeah, he gives him a big hug.
Yeah,
And
he hugs you back.
Matt, that thing that we talked about, that item, can we potentially say that it's been in like Skrunk's room as a prototype?
The weapon you were
The one
talking
we
about?
talked. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we can say that. Sure.
Sure. Strunk says, I gotta run to a meeting with Seven and the rest of the Dust Warriors, but walk with me. And they start walking back to his bunk, and he says, uh, what's been going on with Vera? And anything you can give me, any leverage, anything to help me understand what's going on. I'd appreciate it.
Of course. She's been very anxious lately. Ever since we heard that you and your adventuring group went missing. She's been working on something on her own. What that is, I'm not sure. But we're all a little concerned about it. Not because we think it's something horrible, but because she seems to be losing her touch a little bit. Her head's not in it.
Strunk is listening, but he's like also like rummaging through like underneath his bunk, like opening up drawers, being like, "Where the fuck is this thing?" Yeah, she's distracted. She's doing her own thing now.
She's very distracted. She keeps talking about solving all of our problems, which she usually talks about with budgeting and whatnot. But recently, it seems like whatever she's working on, she thinks will help end the time of blood. And if so, that would be great. But also, we have so many things to be working on right now, all of which could help. So I don't know what she could be doing.
Gotcha. Strong finally pulls. It looks like a small rectangular, like maybe 2 feet, 3 feet. Yeah, we'll say like 2 feet and like a foot tall, like wrapped in a tarp and like bound with cord situation. He pulls it and says, "Finally." Kind of slides it into his bag, grabs some other materials, running to bed, and he grabs a book. Kind of pausing for a second. He grabs like a leather-bound book with a clasp over it and a multicolored 5-pointed star on it as well, and slides it into his bag too, and says, "All right, well, thanks for letting me know, Hero. All right, we'll get that drink soon. Absolutely, bud. One more thing before we head off. I might just come into a little bit of property. I might be trying to turn into a little think tank area. If you're available, you interested in collaborating? Maybe spending some free time?
Would I have benefits?
You would, yeah. How does chief engineer sound as a benefit?
That's doesn't sound like dental, but it's a nice title. It's good for my resume.
Yeah, absolutely. We're working with a fixed budget right now, but we'll figure out something. I got a big project I'm trying to work on, and I might need some trusted people to help me out with it.
I think I could maybe swing that for sure.
Yeah, just part-time shit. Hey, I'll get going. I'll catch you around, okay?
Good to see you. Don't be a stranger.
Yeah, I'll be back soon. And gives him another hug, and maybe slaps him on the shoulder a little bit, a little lingering touch, and he leaves.
Sounds good. Yeah, you all head toward the Adventuring Guild as the sun sets and the sky turns a deep, rich purple. The gazers above you are no longer incredibly visible as they fly to and fro. And less people are milling about the streets as they all make their way home or make their way to their favorite tavern. And in front of the Adventuring Guild, you see Onder. And before Onder says anything, we're going to take a bio break. Everybody, we will be back in about 5 minutes. Trying to be better about these bio breaks. Before we head on this bio break, though, if you want to advertise your product on Fresh Rolls, this is the place to do it. This is where your ad will be read while we all go pee and get a refresh of water. We'll play a pre-recorded ad however you like it to be played. But you got to email us first. Email us at freshrollsrpg@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. We'll get something figured out. But if you're not a sponsor, you just got to wait through the BRB screen.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Enjoy getting enjoy your piss break, everybody.
Enjoy your piss break. See you in 5. Be right back. chat, we're back. Ad break / bio break over. Where we left off, you guys were just outside of the Adventurers Guild. Or the Adventuring Guild. Gotta get my vocabulary right. Onder is out there waiting for you. And just for the new viewers for Season 2, and for old viewers who don't quite remember what Onder looks like. Onder is a short king. Bro's about 5'3". He is a small, pale human with slicked back, dark hair, round glasses, and brown eyes. He is the cleric version of the nerd emoji. Is how I would describe this man. He is wearing like charcoal black plate armor. At his side hangs a mace with some runes and carvings on it. And he is always holding a book, except for right now, as he has specifically been tasked with waiting on you guys and ushering you in. He sees you as your group meets up on the street and begins to approach the Adventuring Guild. And he goes, "Hello! It's been a while since we talked. We weren't able to talk at the funeral very much. How are you all doing? I realize you all just got back and we just kind of pulled you back in, but..."
Such is the life of
Surprisingly
adventuring.
well.
Good.
Wisteria, what did you say?
I said that it is the life of the adventurer. No breaks, right? No breaks.
Correct, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
At least for us.
Yeah, I've been
adults.
better.
Yeah, I
I've been
can
a lot
imagine.
better.
Have you, are you hydrated again, Scrunk? I heard you probably had the worst of the lot.
Yeah, they gave me some electrolytes, some Dragonade, you
That's
know.
good. That's good.
I'm all ready.
Who are you? And Onder points at Dio.
Oh, my name is Dio. Nice to meet you. And I go to shake his hands.
Yeah, he shakes your hand. It was nice to
Yeah,
meet you, Dio. Are you with the Dusk Warriors right now?
I guess. Kind of just
Oh.
ran into them, honestly.
Yeah, we're still. That's a little presumptive there, but I don't know. We haven't really seen what he can do. He kind of just moves on the street.
Right. In that case, Dio, how would you feel about becoming an adventurer?
Is that gonna help me get this gold that you guys use for things?
Oh, you'll make a lot of gold as an adventurer. Well, depending on how good of an adventurer you are, but yeah, you
like
can
a
make some money.
million. I've heard.
A million's
Like
hard.
probably that much.
That's very hard. That's politician and trader money, but potentially, yeah. If you take down something big enough, for sure.
Can
It's
I
always
look over
good
the
to have
Dusk Warriors?
goals.
You guys
What,
take down a lot of big creatures, right?
Oh
We do
yeah.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we have
Oh,
dedicated adventurers who take down specific monsters. Like we have dragon hunters, we have beholder hunters. Like we've got people for everything. It depends on what you're good at.
They just kind of threw us into some stuff. I don't think we have a specialty.
Your specialty
Yeah,
is the undead and vampires. We have you listed as
Oh,
that now.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so if you're cool killing some stuff that's already dead, I mean, what can you do? Let's hear your pitch. We're missing a fuzzy guy. You're a fuzzy guy. You know, we could kind of balance it out that way at the very least, but you know, it'd be nice to know what you're capable of.
Do you not feel that natural energy pouring off of them? That natural arcana? That's a druid right there.
I try to close myself off to the natural energy, hippy dippy bullshit as much as possible.
I mean, do you want
Right.
like you want me to show you
Yeah, fuck
what
it.
I can do?
Nothing super destructive as we are out in the street in a major city, but yeah, if you want to show us a spell.
How much
You know,
space is
make it
around
cool.
us?
Not
A little
much.
destructive.
I mean, okay, there's a
Scrunk,
lot of space. But there's
Scrunk is going to toss out his Scrunk's going to toss out his ballista. He's going to toss out his arcane cannon. He almost
Okay.
like it's very reminiscent of like Pokemon, let's say. Maybe there's been some upgrades that he did on the ship, and he kind of tosses out this little tiny cube that like unfolds into a little like reptilian thing with a like ballista on its back. It's all mechanical, it's all steampunky, and it starts hissing at you, Dio. And he says, "Yeah, let's see what you can do."
Roll initiative, I guess. No, you don't got to roll initiative. Just hit the thing while we listen to Pokemon battle music.
Okay, I'm actually gonna transform myself then.
Oh, yeah. All right. What into? Into what?
Let me send it to you. Falls in my CR rating. This is perfect.
Okay, hold on. I gotta pull up.
This is a Quexicolotus.
A what?
A Quexicolotus. Big dinosaur.
What's it call this?
So loaded these nuts. I don't know, man.
What? I thought you were saying I can't talk water.
Quexicolotus.
Quexicolotus.
Oh, I didn't actually.
Hold on. Okay.
I didn't actually send it to you guys.
I'll
I sent a
Google it.
picture.
How do you spell that?
Hey.
Oh, I
God
see.
damn it! This is in the picture.
It's in the group chat.
Oh, big pterodactyl. Yeah, all right. Sure.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's a big guy right there.
I'll go to bite the little gun thing in front of me.
Okay, yeah. Roll to hit. Whatever that stat block says.
It's I
16.
believe it's just my AC. So 17 is, let me double check here. I am
That's a great frame to freeze on, Felix.
Thank you.
What a beautiful half smile.
Oh, awesome. I'm serving. That's great.
You're serving something.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it is being served. I believe it matches my AC. So
Okay. What is your AC?
oh sorry. It's 17.
17.
Oh sorry, it has an AC of 18. There we go.
18. Roman, you got to beat an 18. Roll to hit.
That's a 12.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it. You turn into like this giant flying dinosaur, swoop down and like try to pick up this ballista with your beak, and absolutely fucking whiff. And Andre goes, "All right, I've got an idea of your skill level. That'll do it."
I'm gonna stay like this for a little bit.
So if you're gonna stay like that, you're gonna have to wait outside. You won't fit through these doors.
Yeah, never mind. I'm gonna change it back.
Right. All right.
Yeah,
That's up to you.
You could just said that you could turn to a big fucking pterodon.
You said show me.
Yeah,
what I could
you know
do.
what? Touche. Fine.
That is true.
You did say that.
As one force of the Dust Warriors, I'm voting that we let him come on in a sort of probationary state. Almost like an intern.
I'm not against it.
Right. If you're all welcome, or if you're all welcoming him into the Dusk Warriors, even temporarily, this meeting is need to know only. Do you think he is trustworthy with this information?
I don't trust him. He just got here.
Yeah, I don't fucking trust him either.
Right.
Yeah.
No offense, Dio.
You can
Dio.
travel with us, but maybe not the important meetings, Dio.
Huh? Oh yeah, that's fine.
Right.
I'm just gonna sit
Dio,
outside
if
for a little
you're
bit.
interested in becoming an adventurer, you could probably take your exam right now and see where you place.
It couldn't hurt.
Right. Go talk to the receptionist. As soon as you walk into the door, say you want to join up. And say you'd like to take your exam now. And we'll get that set up for you. It should only take about 2 hours. to get your full exam through. It's all physical and spell casting and all of that, so there's nothing you need to study for. But that's going to be about the length of this meeting. So
2 hours. Oh,
yeah, it's a
pretty
little
big
arduous, but it's going to set you up for your career with the Adventuring Guild.
And think of the gold.
If
You
you
need
do
the
well, you'll
gold.
make more gold.
Gold. All right, all right. And I'll walk to go talk to the receptionist.
Right. Good luck, Dio. Everybody else, follow me.
Hi, Dio.
Follow.
And
Do not wave bye to Dio.
I do not. I give him like a little like knowing like little nod. And yeah.
Dio
Right.
waves back 100%.
Hell yeah.
Purple
Love
does
that.
not even look.
Dio, we'll resolve that here in a moment. Everybody else, you walk down familiar hallways. Stone surrounds you. The blue and gold of the Adventurers Guild everywhere.
Hmm.
You walk into, again, a familiar room. The war room of the Seven. Inside, a long table. And all the remaining members of the Seven. You see Karis. You see Grigor. You see McGulnar, Vera, and Onder. They all take their seats. McGulnar at the end, the head of the table. And I need everybody to roll insight for me.
That's a D12. Classic.
23.
Make that mistake all the time. 23 is pretty good.
Yeah.
Except for your Dio, you're not in the room.
But I also got a
yeah.
23.
Hell yeah. 14.
I got a 14.
Yeah.
14. You all see it. McGulnar, who usually regards you with a little bit of friendliness and warmth, has none to spare today.
Mm.
You meet the cold gaze of a warrior. A man who has seen comrades die in front of him multiple times over. Too many for one lifetime. And yet this one has shaken him to his core. And with a 23, you can tell that he blames you for the death of Arnvald.
Mm. Jeez. Well, Throck's totally ignorant of that.
Yeah, everybody who rolled
Like,
under a 20 does
collectively?
not. Collectively, all of you.
Collectively? Okay.
The Dusk Warriors
okay.
as a whole.
Eek. Sounds like this is gonna be fun. Scrunk comes in and just goes,
All right. You're probably wondering why I came to this meeting.
Vera just like does the usual, just like two hands, or two fingers, on the bridge of her nose, just like, this fucking guy.
he sits down and looks across the table at McGulnar and goes, "We need to talk after this."
Oh, damn right we do. Take a seat, all of you.
Yeah, Ripple takes the seat.
I'm gonna take a seat and be like, well, we're in trouble.
McGulnar puts two elbows on the table, hands clasped in front of his face, as everybody, including the Seven, take a seat. He says, "We have really two things to discuss with all of you.
Hmm.
And it's up to you which you would like to hear first. The first is information vital to the survival of the world. And the second is your next mission in conjunction with that. So, we can give you the information first, or we can tell you what we're doing first. It's up to you."
Maybe information first.
I feel like information is good too.
Sounds good.
Background. Gives the briefing.
We sent Onder to Gardath, the Holy See, to do some research into the time of blood and why things are happening the way they are. Previously, we thought all of these attacks were random. But with the kidnapping of a child, and with an absolute show of force that left some of our best adventurers near death and missing for a month, we decided to do our due diligence. Onder, tell them what you found. And Onder reaches under his chair. There's like a little shelf under each chair that like holds personal belongings and stuff like that. And he smacks a giant tome on this table, crusted with some substance, long since turned rust brown, and begins flipping through pages. If anybody would like to roll anything on this book before I tell you stuff, you're more than welcome to.
Can I try to peep the title?
Yeah, you can peep the title. Roll perception.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. With a nat 20, what languages do you speak?
I speak Common Sign Language, Elvish, and Primordial.
You speak Primordial.
Mm-hmm.
This title is in Primordial.
Perfect.
It reads The Prophecy of an Age of Blood.
Okay.
Anybody else? If anybody else would like to roll anything.
Can I roll a history check?
Yeah, you can roll a history check. Roll. I'm not going to give you disadvantage on this one. Just roll a history check.
I have permanent advantage on vampire stuff, so.
You do. However, this is an ancient tome.
Fair enough. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. With a dirty 20, you know from your readings of old forbidden tomes written by vampires, higher vampires of ages past, that prophesied the end times, or were basically just manifestos of like, we're gonna kill all mortals and or treat them as livestock. This you would recognize from one of your readings as one of those tomes written by a vampire. Anybody else?
I would love to just do an insight check on everybody as the book comes out. I want to gauge reactions.
Okay, yeah, roll insight for me.
Just do a general insight. As you guys were talking about that last one, I rolled a 19.
A 19. With a 19, you see Vera tense up. You see Karis is cold and calculating as ever. Quiet. She hasn't spoken up yet.
Mm-hmm.
She is currently just like arms crossed, leaned back in her chair, just watching. Onder is anxious to share this information with you. Grigor has not heard this yet. He looks like he just came from the field. His armor is dented. You see some dried blood on his sword hanging from his back. His cape is tattered. He looks like he just was in the midst of a battle and then came straight here. So he has no idea what's going on either. Magalnar looks like a broken man. He's grieving, but still having to work through that grief. As this page after page is flipped through, Onder lands on a map, kind of near the center of the book. And he moves it to the center of the table and says, if we look here, every single town that they've attacked is listed. And it creates a rune. And that rune is for summoning. You look at the book, and drawn in red pen or like red ink across this map, fresh red ink, not old. This tome has recently been drawn on. You see a circle with a complex multi-pointed rune in the center. All of which, every point lands on a town that was slaughtered by the higher vampires so far. And in the center is the town where your final stand against them was. Onder gives everybody a moment to ponder and says, this, we believe they're trying to summon a god. And not a god from our pantheon, but a god from the depths. Something sinister.
Okay, when you say the depths.
The depths being the depths of the heavens. There are two forms of heavens. One ironically called the hells, which is where the gods of death send those who deserve to not be in the heavens. And then the heavens themselves, where the gods live, those who are righteous enough to make their way to the heavens. This is from the deepest pits of the hells, the ninth circle.
Very not cool.
I would have to agree with you. Very not cool. The goal now is to stop them from summoning whatever god this is. This rune does not appear in any texts I've been able to find other than this one. But the fact that it's in a circle and takes a ritual to create means that it is for summoning. And what else could they summon but a god?
But when our lead rune experts can't decipher what god this might be, the book doesn't say anything about what they're trying to summon.
It's in a language that previously nobody had ever seen before. I'm not entirely sure this is of our world, of our plane. There's no previous history for this language.
We think maybe Ravis would recognize it.
I think that's a very good idea. So, Magalnar, if you will allow me, Magalnar just nods at him. And everybody kind of straightens up, all of the seven. Onder looks at each of you with a steely, cold gaze and says, we have 3 objectives now. Learn what Ravis knows. All of it. We need to hunt him down. Figure out where he went. We haven't seen him in a month. I'm a bit worried about the guy. I'm going to be real. We need to find Ravis and learn everything. We need to gather allies, which I think to do so, we need to go to the Holy See. I think it would be good to have the church on our side. Paladins are, paladins and clerics are pretty good against vampires. I don't know if you've heard. And third, We need every resource at our disposal, which means we need to travel to the underworld. And that is going to bring me to our second point of this meeting. We're sending you all to Midnight. Are you familiar with Midnight?
No.
No.
Are you familiar with
Only
the
when the clock
Underdark?
strikes 12.
Right.
Yeah. I'm pretty familiar with the Underdark.
In the Underdark, beneath Duskwater, there's a thriving city called Midnight. That's where more of the shady dealings take place. That's where pirates go to trade their wares. That's where rogues go to sell their ill-gotten gains. The entire city is basically a black market. We need you to go there and secure a partnership with one of our mutual associates' friends. You know who I'm talking about. Go see him in the sewers,
Mm,
and he will send you to Midnight. He'll teach you how to get there. All we need is a
gotcha.
yes or no.
I'm gonna like turn to Ripple and Skrunk and whisper back to them. I don't think we have much of a choice, do we?
No.
I mean, you could always say no, but you are the best people for the job.
What are we getting in return? No, I mean, obviously, we like living on this planet. We like having our blood in its original containers.
Yeah.
Right.
What are you tossing into the pot to spice it up for us? We are putting our lives on the line, aren't we?
Are you trying to... You're going to get paid very well. Like, this is
Right.
world-ending catastrophe type shit. You're going to get paid. Don't worry about it. Gold is not going
Good.
to be an issue.
Beautiful.
Does anybody have any questions before I send you on your way?
Real fast. Just want to make sure I fully understand. We're going to Midnight. We're bringing it to our associate to get us down to who are we meeting in Midnight?
Our associate will brief you on that.
Lovely. Lovely.
Vera's like shooting like a sideways glance at Onder. Onder's pretty obviously the guy who deals with like the underworld for the Seven and doesn't like snitching. So everybody's just like, come on, man, we gotta know, but he's not saying.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. Friend of a friend. Yeah.
Friend of a friend, indeed. Is there anything you need before we send you off?
I can't think of anything. You two?
Nothing on my end.
Great.
Our we might need some adventuring equipment. We'll talk to the person at the locker. We'll touch base with them if we need anything.
Yeah, we'll get you kitted out. I'll let them know you're coming. Anything else? He turns to Magolnar, and Magolnar just like shoots him a quick look and says, "Nothing else. The Seven may leave. Dusk Warriors stay."
Yeah.
Everyone else files out of the room. Magolnar leans back in his chair a little bit, arms crossed. And for those of you, first time listeners, for those of you who don't remember what Magolnar looks like, he is a tall, green-skinned orc, short, cropped, black hair, salt and peppered, as gray as are beginning to grow in. He's in probably his late 40s, early 50s. His wide chin covered in stubble, wearing white and gold paladin's armor with symbols of Tyr kind of plastered all over chest, shoulders, and a long blue cape. At his side hangs a one-handed hammer, and on his back, a large warhammer, double-handed. as well as a shield, also plastered with the symbol of Tyr.
Hmm.
He leans back and says, I know you had no choice. I saw what became of him. And I'm trying my best not to hold a grudge against you. You did what you had to do, and for that I'm proud. But I can't help the anger I feel towards you. So, if at any point you feel that I'm treating you unfairly, I want you to tell me. Because that is not my way. Every one of you is a grand adventurer. Losing you would be a tragedy worse than death. And he just kind of stares off into space.
I thought this was going to go down a very different route, personally.
Yeah.
Skrunk reaches into his bag and grabs a small flask and brings it over to McGallner and says, you're gonna just take a little nip. Ease the edge off.
I don't think I am, but I appreciate the offer.
Uh,
I'm gonna look at Ripple. I'm like, I feel like we should say something.
I'm notoriously not great in these situations, so I was opting for the quiet route myself.
Don't have to have a response.
Okay.
I want you to let me know if you feel I am treating you unfairly.
We will do that.
Right.
we'll yeah, but absolutely. We'll keep an open line of communication.
Good.
I'm not good with this sort of shit. And he takes a flick from the flask and grabs one of his cigarettes and lights it. Just little with we'll say he has like a little arcane lighter. And as he's puffing, he says, "I do want to loop you in to something important to you." And he looks at the other two members and says, "It's something I haven't told you two yet, but McCollum and I talked about at the bar one of the last times we spoke." And he gives him like a knowing look.
Yeah, McGallnar immediately looks interested. Like he kind of like perks up a little bit, leans
Mhm.
forward.
And he slides him a note that says, "I have 1 month to take you out per Luke."
So you don't.
Mm.
You did, which is why you ended up getting sent back to the desert. And then during your vignette, Luke told you that he wants you to kill McGallnar,
Right.
but you failed to live up to the expectation. He read through your lies. So the deal was off. So he left you in the desert. And now you have a trickster guard against you.
I thought, oh, okay. So it's just, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're
so
on
I'm
the
no
bad
longer
side
under
of a
a spell.
trickster god.
Cool.
Mm.
My apologies. So I thought it was a different story. It's been a long week. My apologies.
Okay.
He says, yeah. So I ran into our mutual asshole and a friend, Luke.
Right.
Yeah, got ported back to the fucking desert. He wants your head for some reason, man. I don't know what you did to piss him off,
I sealed
but
him.
he
The only
you
reason
sealed
he
him.
can't
Uh-huh.
commit actual acts of destruction
Uh-huh.
is the fact that I've sealed him.
Oh.
And
Is that
I've
like
sealed
a
him
is
to
it like
my
a
soul.
bondage thing? Oh,
So if I die, he becomes unleashed.
gotcha. That makes a lot more sense why you wanted you dead. Yeah. So he's pissed at me.
he's coming after me apparently as much as he can. Oh, I don't know if this is useful to you. His real name is Lucarius,
Yes. Yes, it is.
and he fucking hates it. Okay, cool. And looks at the two and says, "Remember that name? He fucking hates that name. Apparently, some old dude in the desert told me that right
I'm
before I
sorry.
got picked up.
You were found in the center of the skillet. What old dude?
I got a suspicion as to who it is. For right now, let's just say someone, an interested party. Found me
Is
in
he
the
a
desert.
threat?
I don't think so. He seems to just have an interest in me, which old skunk is getting a little popular with the extra dimensional freaks. Don't fucking know why.
Right. Interesting. We'll come back to that another time. For now, is everyone clear on our goals?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Good.
Have any of you heard anything from Ravis lately? Are there
Nothing.
any? Okay.
It's been complete
I've been radio
silence
silent for
from
weeks.
Ravis for the past month.
Well,
We thought you would know something, honestly.
I've been in a coma, pretty sure. Just,
Oh,
4 weeks, I think. Woke up.
intense.
Yeah.
Right. After midnight, that will be goal number 2 is finding Ravis. For now,
yeah.
go meet with Anders' contact. We'll get this figured out. We'll begin
Sure.
preparations to head to Elvir. That's where Ravis was last seen.
Sounds
Okay.
good. We'll get back fast.
Good. See you soon.
And if you need to talk about this stuff again, and he looks over at both of his party members and says, "Yeah, we can like find you a therapist or something. I don't know if we're the best people to touch base on with any of this, but
Sure.
Fine, I have a support system. Thank you for thinking of me. Anything else?
yeah, no,
Mm,
man, just try to take care of yourself."
I will.
And,
Get to work.
sorry.
You don't need to apologize.
You guys go ahead. I'm gonna stay back for a bit, just a second.
Yeah, we'll check on
Yeah.
Dio.
Yeah.
See if
I
he's up
think-
to the task.
I think Ripple kind of books it out of there and turns back to Scrunk like, "Oh my god, I didn't. I had no clue what to do. I'm not built for those situations."
Yeah, I thought he was gonna fucking sign us. I'm not kidding. I thought we were fucked for a minute.
And that's
I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna turn to look at McGolnar. It's like, I know we're probably not your favorite people, and we're not good at this, but I want you to know that you should be very proud of your protege. He fought very well to his final breath.
Except he didn't. He was corrupted.
He did his best. It
He
happens.
lost the
It could
faith.
happen. I mean, it still happens to the best of us. We all can change our faith, but just know that I think you did an amazing job with him. So I hope you don't have any regrets. That's all I wanted to say.
All I have are regrets.
Well, hopefully one day you'll have better times. But I take a bow before I leave out the room.
Yeah, you leave and you hear the doors just kind of slam shut behind you. Whether it be Arcane, a draft, or whether McGolnar got up behind you and slammed the doors, you don't know. But yeah, you all make your way through. What supplies are you picking up?
Are there any sort of dark vision goggles for our two friends that don't have dark vision?
There are no dark vision goggles, but there are torches.
That's true. Hey, I can just light a match or something for you guys. It's dark in the dark. I kind of grew up adjacent to it, so I'm cool. I'm good in the dark. You two might need a little assistance.
Do we have to blend in down there? Because I feel like with our group, do you think we'll stick out?
There. I mean,
I mean, it
from
sounds like this place is kind of a hodgepodge.
yeah, from Andre's
Maybe we just don't
description, there's
flash.
a lot of topsiders down there.
Maybe we just
Okay.
don't flash adventurer colors. I'm gonna get my uniform here. He has his blue gold scale mail. I'm gonna get this transmogrified, let's say, real fast, and I'll meet you guys. Let's make all fathers agree.
Bro's hitting his fashion transmogs right now. Full World of
Mhm.
Warcraft, full fashion scape. All right, what else? What is everybody else looking for?
So we need
Dio?
torches
Where's
and
that little guy?
Oh, Dio. Yeah, we'll get to Dio here in a sec.
Okay.
what else will we need down there? I mean, just so we can see. And perhaps we might, if it's an area like I think it is, we're going to probably have to trade for some information. Do we have anything worth trading?
Y'all have a sizable amount of gold.
Yeah.
What was that?
Okay. That was the door. That's the sound of a door.
Oh, man.
He
That was
looks
that was my room's door. Sarah just grabbed something.
That was a
shit.
crazy door sound.
I thought it was a little elephant sound.
Yeah, I heard it.
It's like
She
we
came
have
in, grabbed the
gold.
computer, flipped me off, and then she left.
Fantastic. Love that.
Iconic.
Yeah.
Love it. It's like,
Are
I
we
don't
gonna
think we
need rations? Are we gonna need to eat while we're down there?
You can restock
mean-
your rations, yeah.
Restock
There's
my
like
rations.
beetles and whatnot we can catch on the way. So there's some moss, some
Yeah.
lichen.
So far, nobody has told you how far into the Underdark midnight is, so...
That is true.
As we're like digging through stuff, I'm like, huh.
Can I look for a map of the Underdark?
In the stockpile, there is not one available. But if you send, yeah, you can send one of the cartographers, one of the librarians to go like try and find something for you in the guild.
I'd like to do that.
Okay, let's roll for them and see if they do. Which one do you ask? Cartographer or librarian? Cartographer. You see a skittish, anxious gnome standing just outside of the cartographer's room. It just smells of ink and parchment. And you ask him for a map of the Underdark. He goes, I started working here today. I can try.
Listen, I would really appreciate it. We're going on a very important, life-saving mission to the Underdark, and if you could just put your best effort in to find a map, that would be incredible.
Yeah, sure. And he like slinks back into the cartography room. And a long time goes by. Bro's in there for like 30 minutes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Could I try to use... Never mind. That is not how the ability works. I just reread it.
We do some homebrew shit, and it is a Rule of Cool campaign.
Okay, so it's the commanding presence ability, and it's when you make an intimidation, performance, or persuasion check, you could expend one superiority die and add the die to that roll. But I also have... No, just that. I thought it would be cool if I could try to add that to his roll. But
I mean, if you want to intimidate him into doing better, you can.
I wanted to try and give him a pep talk. Like a captain's, if you could just put your best effort in and try to do it.
Sure, we can do that with persuasion. For
Okay.
sure.
For persuasion, that is a 17.
17. All right, I think that does constitute a advantage on this. What do you say to him?
I think just my same spiel of, we're on a really important mission, and I understand it's your first day, but I'm sure they left, some books or something to kind of show you where the things are. If you could just look into it, give it your best effort.
He goes, yeah, okay. And yeah, he goes into the cartography room. And it takes him less than 30 minutes now. But he comes back out and goes, there's nothing listed as Underdark under the U file. I don't know where else to look. I'm so sorry.
What about midnight?
Like the time? I'm not staying here that long.
Like the place.
There's a place called Midnight?
Yes. Did you
Okay,
look under
sounds
the
edgy,
M's?
but sure.
I didn't name the place.
Yeah, he goes back. We're gonna roll one more time. I rolled a 5, an 8, and a 3.
Can I add my superiority die to it?
Yeah,
It
sure.
gives it a 1d8.
Yeah, it's not gonna be that much better, but yeah.
Yeah. It adds a 6 to it.
That's gonna be a 9 total. He comes back and he goes, I found this. Does this help? And there is an old faded map of some tunnels under Duskwater.
Okay. Can I look at the map? I
Yeah.
am proficient in cartographer's tools and map stuff from my time at the monastery. Can I just try to, I don't know,
Sure.
see if I recognize it?
If you're proficient, I can just explain the map to you. This
Yeah.
looks like the entrance tunnels to the Underdark if you're entering from the surface.
Very cool. That'll do, I suppose. Thank you. Pay really close attention in training and you'll get better, hopefully.
Will do. I literally just went through all the HR training today, so I have no idea how to do this job yet.
So is there nobody else that works here? It's just you? You're the only cartographer?
They told me to close up for the night.
Oh, okay. I think Ripple is trying really hard not to be a Karen to this poor guy on his first day, but it's taking everything in Ripple to not be a Karen, and I'm just gonna take my little map and walk away.
Okay, you do that. Dio.
Yes.
I'm gonna make you roll 3 rolls for me. You
Okay.
show up. You meet the receptionist. You say you want to take your exams, and she takes you outside of the Adventuring Guild to the west behind the building. And you see obstacle courses and casting ranges and like melee rings. And she turns to you and says, you have 2 hours to complete your exams. You start at the left over there. Good luck. Your first roll is going to be athletics as you go through this obstacle course. There's like monkey bars. There's like the poles you gotta jump onto and like from pole to pole. It's basically American Ninja Warrior is basically what this obstacle course looks like.
Okay. I got a 16.
A 16 is pretty good. You get most of the way through the obstacle course before you reach like this rope obstacle where you have to climb across a spinning spider web of ropes from one side to the other. And you get most of the way across before your foot gets caught in a rope and you fall into the water below. Your next
Damn.
roll an attack spell for me. Roll to hit. Whatever spell you like. Don't take a spell slot.
Oh. Check my spells again.
Now you make your way to the casting range. At the end, you see some dummies that look like monsters. At the end, a freshly made one. Really grotesque. Nothing you've ever seen before. You see something that looks like it should be undead. The body of a person. A human being. Withered and decayed. With many arms grafted onto it.
Mm.
A Kikimura. In dummy form.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and cast. I'll kind of do a little circle on the ground, and I'm gonna cast Moonbeam at one of the dummies.
Okay. Yeah, you roll the hit.
That is a 10.
That is 10. Yeah, 10's gonna hit the dummy. Roll that damage.
Mm. 8 damage.
8 damage. Yeah, you fire off a moonbeam and it completely severs one of the arms of this dummy, and the exam scorekeeper off to the side of this range writes something down on a clipboard, gives you a nod, and says, "All right, you can move on to your next challenge." And you, in front of you, see a battlefield splayed out. You see dummies of adventurers and dummies of monsters locked into combat. They, from some arcane force or some mechanical force, they are moving. You see them taking swings at each other, but none of them are actually taking real damage. It's like animatronics in battle. And the guy at the beginning of this says, "All right, you need to make your way through. Try not to get hit. You need to make your way to the big guy at the back." And he points, and at the back you see a beholder dummy, just kind of floating above, with other adventurers primed and ready in front of it, also animatronic. It says, "You need to join your party by getting through this battle without dying. You're not going to die during this test, but you may get hit by something. Good luck." And I'm going to need you to roll one of 3 things. You can roll acrobatics. You can roll a dexterity saving throw. Or you can roll a con save.
I got a question, DM.
Yes.
Are there any rules about what you can and cannot do to pass? Or is it just a get there?
It's just get there. They didn't give you any stipulations or anything.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna kind of take a few steps back. And then do my best attempt at kind of a backflip.
Okay, definitely roll acrobatics.
Okay. Oh, that's a dirty 1.
Yeah, you go to backflip before you've even started this this final part of your exam, and you just flat on your back on the ground, and the guy doing the exam notes is just like, are you okay? Do you need the time
No,
hasn't
this is
started
part of
yet.
it.
Oh, this is part of, I'll start the time now then. And he clicks a little thing on a stone, and you see he just starts staring at it.
Dio gets up and instantly starts to dust himself off. Now very reminded of his little stumpy legs. I'm just gonna wild shape into a giant
raccoon.
I'm just gonna wild shape into a giant eagle and fly right over.
Yeah, you can do that for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, he looks up from his clipboard as you like fly over and like land exactly where you're supposed to be. He's like, "Oh, right, druids. All right." And he like marks something down, stops your time, and he goes, "All right, your exam's over. Meet the receptionist to see your results."
Yeah. I kind of dust myself off and head on over.
You do that, and the receptionist gives you a tabard, blue and gold, that you can put over your
Hmm.
robes or armored if you want to, and slides a brass badge at you. Do you take a look?
Yeah.
You see the brass badge of an official adventurer. It's got all
Wow.
of it's got the symbol of Tyr at the top. You see all of like the adventurer's creeds, and in the center, a large A.
Wow.
You have been listed as an A rank adventurer.
Oh my goodness.
I'll go ahead and drop it into one of my little pouches and kind of zip it up securely.
Absolutely. She goes, "That's your identification for the Adventurers Guild. Welcome aboard. You did fantastic."
Why, thank you. I think I did pretty good myself.
If you need any of our facilities, they're all available to you. Well, except for the stuff for the S ranks, but they'll let you know when you get there.
Yeah, so about pay. See, 'cause I got told I need 1,000,000 of these little gold thingies.
Who told you you need 1,000,000 gold?
Someone at the flower shop.
Okay, all right. Well, it's going to take a while to get to 1,000,000. But we will pay you after every adventure you take on, every quest, every job. And depending on the size of that job, we will pay you accordingly. So if you want to get paid more, you have to do the harder ones.
Okay. All right.
Good
Thanks,
luck.
though.
Don't die.
I'll start to walk off.
Yeah, you walk off and you see the Dusk Warriors walking out of the supply room. You are all now together outside of the Adventurers Guild.
Did you put on the badge that had the A on it? Like, can we see it on you, Dio?
It's in a bag, but when I do see you guys, I kind of walk up and I gotta reach in to show you guys. I go, yeah, guys, check it out. I'm just like you guys. A rank.
Aw,
Oh,
A
that's
rank.
neat. I'm actually
A rank.
not a member of the Adventuring Guild, but that's really cool there, dude.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
That
I'm
is
an
a
S
thing, huh?
rank.
We're S
Yeah.
rank,
Oh.
actually.
They're S rank. I'm with Artificers. But hey, congrats.
Does that mean
Yep.
I could like I'm like kind of your boss? I do have a higher
No.
rank.
No. No, that's not how that works.
No. Uh, loving the energy. Loving the energy. Loving the confidence. That's great. Yeah. So, you know anything about the Underdark?
The what?
We are going to explain on the way. But before we go, you're cool, right?
Yeah?
Like
Should I
you're
vibe check him?
Yeah,
you're
roll
cool.
insight. Dio, if you would like these newfound companions of yours to see like basically what you're all about, you can just be open, and these, no matter what they roll, they'll catch your vibe. Or if you want to keep something guarded, you can roll deception.
That's a nat 20 on a vibe check from
Oh
my
Ripple.
God.
Holy shit! No matter what, Ripple reads you for filth, whether you're filth or not.
Damn. I don't know. He's just pretty. I don't know. He doesn't. He's not hiding anything.
All
Yeah,
right.
You
but what
don't
are
think
the
he has a?
vibes?
Yeah, what are the vibes? What's
He's kind of
Harvey's,
dumb.
or not Harvey? Oh boy. Oh no, heartbreak.
What is he, just a Harvey
what are
2.0?
what's Dio's general deal?
Absolutely not. He's kind of dumb. I think he doesn't really know a lot about the world. I think he's very sheltered. I think he's very excited to be exploring, but also misses home.
Yeah, Ripple, you look at this guy and see the greenest fucking traveler you've ever met. Like this dude, not just because he's a druid, but because he doesn't leave home usually.
Mm.
He's seeing the world for the first time.
Dio, are you sure you've got what it takes to adventure with us?
Do you know
I
what it
mean,
means to be an adventurer? Let's start with that.
you guys go places and you beat up bad people.
And what would you do if your friend died in front of you?
Well, that's a part of nature.
Druid core.
Druid core. I think
I look
Ripple is just
I look back at them like he's not wrong.
No,
But
he's not wrong.
I look, I'm
However,
like,
I
I
did
feel
say,
like
what would you do?
Well, I mean, it would depend on the reason and what I could do.
Listen, guys, I'm gonna be so honest. I did a vibe check on this guy, and like, dumb as a rock.
I feel like not much is going
All
on
right,
upstairs
hold
right
on,
there.
hold on. Roll stealth. Dio, if you want to listen in, roll perception or insight, either or.
That's the 24.
That's pretty good.
No.
On which one?
Perception.
Okay,
That's a 3.
that's a 3. Yeah.
Oh.
Dio hears every fucking word of this conversation, but go ahead.
Hey,
So
you
it's just
guys
a
know I
real
can still hear
fucking moron,
you.
right? No, you can't.
Nah, no.
Oh,
I'm
Those are
sorry. We're
just your
having a
thoughts.
yeah. We're this is sort of a evaluation thing. So yeah, you didn't look. I mean, I guess we can just lay it out. It sounds to me like Ripple thinks you're cool. I'm gonna do the obligatory scary threat thing. Listen, we're finding some major shit. If you fuck us over, man, we're gonna ruin your life, 100%. But if you're all cool and
oh,
above board, you're more than welcome to, tag along. We honestly need someone else to kind of cover your druidy. We could use like what you did the fucking healing thing. You got the fucking nature thing on your side. Fills up a corner that we could probably benefit from.
and the moonbeam.
Don't know what that is, but that sounds like some
It might come
That
in
sounds like some
sounds
handy.
punchy munchy
pretty
shit.
cool. Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
moonbeam, like
Yeah.
weak sunlight.
Okay, well, the moon's pretty great, guys. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
Have
exists.
we? Yeah, I've seen the moon. Theo.
No,
Wow.
Dio, I've never seen the moon. What's it look like?
What? Oh my god. Dio's gonna drop down and pull out a little notebook he has, and he's gonna show you a
Oh.
picture. And it's not like super well drawn, but it's like a drawing of the moon.
It's
I'm
like
gonna look
a
over at
nature
Ripple like,
sketch.
why? Why did you
Oh,
do this
okay.
to him?
We're about to go meet with someone, who is kind of a weirdo, but it's probably best if you just kind of whatever you say, just be chill, man. Okay.
I mean, yeah, I don't think that should be a problem.
Cool. Right on. It's gonna be weird. Just a heads up.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Like really
how
weird.
weird.
And as you say
You can die weird.
Smack.
we all cosmically hear a just a high-pitched maniacal laugh as the Rat King awaits, and as we head toward the sewers. We're going to take our second bio break / ad break. If you want to sponsor Fresh Rolls, this is the place to do it. This one's going to be a little shorter because we literally just had a bio break not too long ago. Everybody go like grab your water or whatever. We'll be back in like 2-ish minutes. See you in a sec. What's up? We're back. Where we left off, you guys are at the entrance to the sewers. You've been here multiple times. You know the way. I'm not gonna make you roll to see if you get lost or not.
I would like to check up on how the economy of the little rat
Yeah, how's the
strip
doing?
mall is.
Yeah. You guys make your way through the sewers. It's very much the same as the last time you were. Smells like shit. Very wet, very dark. Light pouring in from like storm drains on the streets of Duskwater. And you come across the rat strip mall. You see just a line of small little rat-sized shops lining the wall of this sewer, all of which seem to have had a rebrand and aren't looking incredible, but they're looking better. The last time you saw them, the doors were shuttered. There were planks over the windows. Now it seems like the rats are finding a new pace in a more modern setting. There's a little tavern, there's a little barber shop, and while they don't look like high end, like Manhattan type shit, they do look like something you would find in a main street in a small town.
You think their economy runs off of gold? I think Ripple just says that out loud.
No, not
Is that a
really.
store?
Yeah, we've been keeping track of
There's
these
a
guys
bunch
for.
of stores.
I don't know. I met the
Yeah.
last time. It was cute. It's something no better than the last time I came.
Well, at least they're not rioting this time.
Yeah. I'm glad they're rebuilding.
Scrub is going to
Was-
make an investigation check if you can. Are these the same rats, or are these like richer rats that have like moved in and like are gentrifying the area?
Yeah, roll investigation for me. Roll for woke.
23.
23. That's pretty good woke. I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah, these look like the same rats.
Okay.
They look like
Guys, it's
they've
cool.
just pivoted and tried something else. Same business, different strategy, and it's working.
Nice. Yeah. Fuck yeah. I love it.
I have a question, DM.
Yeah.
I have had these items in my inventory for a very long time,
Okay.
and I need to know if they're molded.
If
I have
they are
chocolate
food
coins.
items, yes.
Oh my god, yes.
Melted and
Yeah.
molded.
Oh god. Okay. I had 100 of them in there.
Yeah, that's your bag. Smells crazy.
You know, it is what it is.
You should have thrown those out months ago.
Listen, didn't realize they were in my inventory. Didn't pay attention.
Incredible. Super happy for you. Yeah, if there are any food items in any of your bags that have been there since the beginning of the campaign, they're mulch now. They have fully
Surprisingly, I
decomposed. Like,
Don't
I
have
know
those.
where I
surprisingly.
got those.
well,
coins.
Wisteria's bag is just like full of decomposition at this point. So like we don't have to worry about that one. But as you guys realize that your bags smell of rot and death, you guys make it to the downward slope into the Rat King's chamber. I need everybody to roll a dex save for me to see if you get down okay.
16.
Okay.
I think that is
17.
16.
Okay. Dio?
So 13.
13. Everybody but Dio like takes like small steps, like careful steps down this like slick slope. Dio, you see everybody like very careful and you're like, what the fuck? What's the deal here? Like you take a very confident step at the top of this and immediately slip, fall on your ass, and take a water slide of shit and piss down into the Rat King's lair. You are
Huh.
covered
Yeah.
in other people's excrement. Everybody else makes it down fine. Your
First
boots are
time.
soiled, but that's about it.
First time. It's everybody has to go through the initiation ritual.
It's true.
Yeah, I was fine with what I said. Drunk flies.
In front of you, you see a large brick chamber.
I
Marks.
mean, like, is that new?
No, it's very old. Wet marks streaking down the sides of the walls, and a single light, magical, hanging in the air above a man, mostly naked, wearing a loincloth. Ribs showing, spine protruding from his back. Hunched over and whispering to himself, facing away from you.
I'm gonna kind of tap Wisteria on the leg. Are these
What's
your
up, buddy?
are these the usual people that adventurers go to talk to?
It's just the Rat King. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, just that he's like in. Are all the people we're gonna meet are in the sewer? Like, is that gonna be like a regular thing, or?
I right
wouldn't say
now,
it's
just
irregular.
him. But
So
I
the-
mean, we can meet some more people along the way.
But in the sewer, that's really kind of where the problem is.
Yeah, the
You
sewer's
you learn
fucking
to get
gross.
over it. It's gross,
Oh.
but you learn to get over it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you learn to love it. I recognize those voices. Hello, my friends. The Dusk
Rat
Warriors you're
King.
called now, aren't you?
Hi, Rat King.
Welcome to my lair. What brings you here? Oh, you don't have to answer. I already know. I know all. You're looking for midnight.
Yep.
Right. And if I give you said information, what are you going to give me?
A hug?
Gross.
I'm not.
Huh?
I'm not
Okay,
doing
no,
that.
I wanted to gauge where we were at. It's, we've been working together for a while. I don't know.
I don't know if you noticed, but I'd say separated from society and talk mostly to rats. That's where I am
Okay,
socially.
nice.
Is
Okay,
this kind of
heard.
like a barter kind of thing?
Yes,
Yes.
bartering. Good job.
Huh.
You're new. What secrets do you have?
No secrets, but I do have something we could trade.
I don't have much
Um,
use for items. But go
Not
ahead.
even something
He likes
unique.
information.
I'm gonna reach into my jar. I'm gonna pull out the tulip from episode 1.
Yeah, you pull out the undying tulip from the town of Tulip. And you present this to the Rat King, who looks this over and says, I've never seen one of these in person. This is from Ralith, is it not? Northeast?
Maybe.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna tuck it back in the little jar and close it back up.
Interesting. Well, a magic flower isn't the most interesting thing to me, but it's cool to see, I guess. Anyone else?
Cool.
What do you have to offer me?
Mm.
Do you want to know the real full name of a trickster god?
Now that's the kind of information I live for. Yes.
You ever heard of a piece of shit named Luke?
Don't speak that name here.
Do you want to know his full name?
No. Keep that to yourself. The fact that you know it, though, is information enough for me. We'll call ourselves square. Just never say that name in my presence again.
I'm gonna do an insight check.
Yeah,
That's
roll
all
insight.
right. I would love to. I'm trying to suss out. Is this like jilted lover like frustration? Is this a betrayal that he was given? Like I'm trying to see like what's
Okay.
going on behind those ratty little eyes. I think I just have a +1.
That is a 10, but I'm going to use my Flash of Genius feature, which I just unlocked level 7.
Hell yeah.
As a reaction, give myself a +3, so I'm at 13.
Okay. You see fear. You've never seen the Rat King express fear before, but that is the look behind those eyes.
Gotcha. He looks and says,
I think we both gained some information today.
Yes, I'm about to tell you about midnight. And you see he just like slaps a flat palm on the floor, and you hear a creaking off in the distance, in the dark down a tunnel behind him. He goes, "The trapdoor's open. Follow the rats. You'll find it."
Thank
Any
you,
uh,
Rat King.
Yeah,
Thank
any
you.
tips, tricks you got about midnight?
Only if you're willing
There's
to
the
pay.
doobies.
Nothing's free here.
Hmm. I mean,
Scruggs looks at his like notebook full of like inventions and ideas and everything, and just tucks it away.
nope. I ain't got nothing. How about you, Asteria? Anything good?
I got a lot of stuff, but I'm not sure how safe it is to give it to Rat King.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Fuck it.
Okay. He goes, "If you insist. Again, follow the rats. You know the ones."
Shrimp begins to walk down and goes,
Oh, I got a castle. Tell you what, I'll let you keep a rat there if you got some information. Free reign.
Rat in a castle? You're going to allow
Mhm.
me to keep a rat in a castle?
How about this? I won't put up traps.
I don't need permission, but sure.
So what can you tell us about fucking midnight?
Oh, that's what you want. Permission to have a castle crawling with rats is not going to get you much information, but I will give you a warning. Does that sound good?
Yeah, baby, a good fucking warning.
Sure.
Watch your step in the Underdark. There's some activity down there between here and midnight now. If you're traveling without a guide, could get a little hairy. You better keep an eye out.
Scruggs just stares at him.
All right,
That seems really
that was a waste
cryptic.
of time.
Harry and I. I'm gonna be just like pondering on that for a minute, like, huh.
If there's
Scruggs
nothing
supposed to get out of
else.
the fucking stairs.
Yeah, Ripple follows.
Yeah, all right.
I'm like,
That was
all
a
right,
terrible
let's
fucking
go.
deal. I'm killing all those fucking rats.
He said crawling with rats too, Scrunk. Not just a
Yeah, that's
rat
not
or
what I
two. He
agreed.
said crawling.
That's
You're
not what I
definitely-
agreed.
You're gonna have a rat problem.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
gonna
know
kill
if you've
mechanical cats.
seen many medieval texts about like pest control in castles. It's almost
Mhm.
impossible.
Yeah,
Like,
I
So good
mean,
luck.
you're gonna need a cat. You're gonna need a cat, bro.
I'm gonna make mobile flamethrowers, and they're gonna trash those motherfuckers.
That's going to take a lot of resources. We'll get there when we get there. Yeah, you guys walk down into the Underdark. It takes you a lot of steps down this staircase, but eventually you make it. And to those of you without dark vision, it's almost pitch black, except for a mushroom or a small flower or a little bit of moss that glows blue just on its own. It doesn't give off much light, but there's some.
Skrunk is loving it. Skrunk's eyes are fucking huge. He's like smelling in like the musky, like moist air. He's really taking it all in. Feels at home almost. And there's like a moment of like, him kind of like feeling himself and then just like being visibly like uncomfortable.
I think Ripple's feeling a little claustrophobic.
Yeah, I mean, these are caves. They're not big.
Yeah.
You're walking down a very small hallway lined with
Mhm.
wet rock and mushrooms.
Yeah, I
Strunk
think
says,
Ripple's very not used to it.
Hey, just focus on your breathing, count your steps. It eventually opens up somewhere.
I'm just looking
You'll be
straight
fine.
ahead.
Yeah. Hey. It's small. Small things live here. Big things can live here too. You'll be fine. I spent a lot of time in spaces like this. Okay, you're gonna be okay.
How tall is the cave tunnel thingy we're going through?
Not very. You probably got like an 8-foot ceiling, which
Okay,
for like a major way of getting to another city is not a lot of space. There's probably you probably have about 6 feet from wall to wall.
Okay. Yeah. Ripple's counting steps, focusing on her breathing.
Roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh gosh, okay. Ooh, dirty 20.
Okay, yeah, you're not gonna have a panic attack. You're good. Yeah, you guys make your way down this hallway. What's everybody doing for light?
Ripple has a
Strunk doesn't do
torch
that.
I can pull out.
Okay, you've got a torch. You probably just need one torch out right
Yeah,
now.
I think we just need one.
All right. Yeah, you guys pull a torch. I believe that is how much light? That's 20 feet of light.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's see.
Hold on, I got it.
Yep, 20-foot radius
Yep. Okay, cool.
and dim light for an additional 20 feet.
Gotcha. Yeah, you guys start making your way through the Underdark. Off in the distance, you hear noises, but what those noises are, you're unsure. They could be rocks clattering against rocks. They could be footsteps. They could be people talking. At this distance, it's all just echoes. It's just like you can hear the fact that there is sound, but you can't make out what they are.
Scrunk kind of puts her hand up and says,
I can see pretty well in the dark. You want me to scout up ahead?
Yeah, just be careful.
yeah. Scrunk kind of gives a little nod and he just kind of blends into the darkness.
Okay. As you do, Scrunk, you see in front of you 5, 6, 7, a dozen, 20 rats, all
Mm.
gathering up in front of you, all with their eyes glowing a bright yellow. And they all turn
Hey,
and start
it's
to
the
run down
fucking
the
Rat
path.
King. He's keeping an eye on us.
Well, he told you his rats would show you the way.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, gang, we're good.
Okay.
Well,
Oh.
okay. I think Ripple tries to go back in the lead and lead with the torch following the rats.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. I guess now we're traveling. We get to roll the random table.
Oh, fuck me.
Let's
Fun.
see.
Not the random table.
Scrunk, you see this immediately. Ripple, in dim light, you see a rectangular outline.
Oh, can I say I also have dark vision?
Oh, you okay? Yeah,
Oh,
you
perfect.
also see it perfectly. Scrunk and Dio, you guys see a chest off to the side of this corridor you're walking down. A couple of rats stop to sniff it and like check it out, and then keep running.
Huh.
Want to check it out?
Yeah, I'm always game for a little light looting in the morning. or afternoon, whatever time it is. It's underground, doesn't matter. Can I make an investigation just to see what's up with this?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll that shit.
Okay. That is a 13.
That's a 13. With a 13 investigation, you don't see any obvious traps on the chest. It doesn't strike you as strange in any way other than the fact that it's a chest in a cave.
Okay, yeah. Strunk is like, yeah, guys, something. What about just a chest? And he's gonna take a dagger and just kind of poke the side of this chest
Yeah, you poke the
as hard
side
as he
of
can,
as hard as you can.
as hard as I can.
Roll to hit.
I would love to. That is a 23 to hit.
Hey, it's gonna hit the chest. A box of wood. Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Okay. Awesome. He plunges into it.
How much damage?
Oh, you're telling me. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, roll damage.
That's 4.
4 damage. Yeah, you hear a plank just kind of like splinter under the force of you stabbing into this. It's an old chest. Inside, you can't really
Who knows?
see very well.
Okay. Non-mimic. We're good. He breaks out his thieves' tools and starts working on the lock.
Yeah, you start working on the lock and immediately realize it's not locked.
He makes it look like it is for a second, just to kind of render your performance. If that's okay.
Yeah, roll performance.
That's a 4.
That's-
Oh, it's locked, guys. Give me a second.
None of y'all believe it. Unless you do. You
Yeah.
can choose to believe it.
Should we just
I
let him
think-
have this?
Yeah, I think Ripple just lets him have it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Dio doesn't know.
All right, we're good.
Okay. The chest opens.
What'd you find?
That's a good question. What do we find?
Random table number 2.
Oh God. Oh fuck me.
God fucking damn. I knew I shouldn't have.
Chest of
Y'all, I
fireball.
fucked up. Y'all, I fucked up.
Oh,
Chest
What
of fireball.
happened?
You find a potion of fire giant strength.
Oh.
You rolled the rare table, and I put fire giant strength on the rare table, which I shouldn't have done. That should have been legendary, but whatever. It's
Oh,
there. You
God.
have it now.
Oh,
I'm
I thought it
honoring
was like
it.
a chest. I thought it was like a chest of a bunch of tiny liches or some shit.
No, there was one of the options is blight mites, which is a
Oh.
swarm of bugs that will do necrotic damage to you over time.
Oh.
Oh,
That's
wow.
good.
But we
name.
didn't roll that, so
Good. Awesome.
yeah.
But yeah, potion. Looks
You
like
guys-
kind of shakes it. It's like maybe like a little red, like and gold, like glimmer.
Yeah, it
Fire
looks
giant.
like a flame in a bottle, basically. It's liquid, but like it is red and orange and yellow, all melded together. You feel like a dull warmth coming from it.
Hell yeah. I don't like to get up close and personal. He tosses it. Just he hands it to let's say Wisteria.
Okay, I was gonna say you toss it. We're gonna see if somebody catches it.
See how legendary this
Might
option
fix
was.
my mistake by breaking it on the ground.
There you go.
Good lord.
Do I have to roll for athletics? Athletics?
No,
he's
I
just
hand it
handing
to you
off.
carefully.
Okay. It's like, ooh, what's this? I'm gonna just stick it in my bag. All right. In the bag it goes.
All right, you guys continue on. We're gonna roll one more time on the random table.
A suit of armor appears, holding.
Guys, it's a classic.
No.
It is a classic.
No, are you fucking kidding me?
In front of you is a green suit of armor, old and
God,
rusty.
No.
fucking damn it.
Moss grows on it. Around its neck is an amulet, and on its wrist is a bracelet.
Not this guy again.
What is this? You fucking deal.
I think Ripple tears up because it's her first time ever seeing it without Harvey.
Yeah.
Oh,
And Harvey's always the one to fuck with it.
and Harvey's always the one to fuck with it.
Is that a friend of
we,
yours or?
It's an empty suit of armor.
Kind of.
Dio will walk
I
up. No one said
guess.
anything yet.
Yeah, damn, I'd be careful with that shit. It'll like sting you or hurt you or something if you try to reach for it.
Yeah.
What?
I honestly forget. I just know it's worth it.
And, you know, the amount of times that we've actually come across it, I've never once actually remembered the appropriate way to remove the items from it.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
It was
Like
always
this is the fourth time.
Harvey.
I
Oh
think during Hell's
yeah.
Divers it showed up and we made one of the
Yeah,
when the bards grab it and they fucking died.
real as fuck.
Can I insight check to see if there's anything special?
You can roll insights more for like figuring out
On a
what somebody's
person.
deal is. You can roll
Investigation?
perception, investigation, or arcana to see if there's anything special about or on
Go
the
for
suit of armor.
24
24 for what?
perception.
Perception. You notice some shiny ass jewelry. The amulet is a jewel encased in gold, and the jewel is black. It looks like onyx to you. The on the wrist is just a solid gold bracelet with some runes inscribed into it.
I'm gonna rub my little paws together. I'm gonna try to get that necklace.
Okay. How are you gonna try and get that necklace?
Start crawling up the suit of armor.
Okay, you touch the suit of armor. Roll a con save.
Oh. 19.
19. You touch the suit of armor and you feel a burst of arcana flow through your body. And if you weren't so attuned to the arcane, it probably would have done some insane damage to you.
Yep. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'm not messing with that anymore, guys. Didn't like it.
Yeah, let's move, huh?
Can I roll to see if Ripple remembers how Harvey would get the items from the armor?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll history.
Oh, woof. That's a 3 plus -2 for a dirty 1.
For the life of you, you can't remember. You do remember the first time you ever saw this thing. You took no interest and started like polishing your armor and like sharpening your sword while Harvey fucked around with this thing he found in the woods.
Checks out.
Yeah.
Ripple
Anybody
tears
else?
up.
Tragic.
Okay, so we're trying to figure out how to dispel it.
You're trying to figure out either. I mean, you can figure out how to get rid of the armor if you want to, or how to get the magic items off of it.
Ooh,
Or if you
we're
want to
rolling
disarm
history
the
to
armor. You guys have never tried doing that.
yeah, I'm like, can we do
Oh.
a check to disarm it?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll Arcana. Arcana is going to be the only thing that's going to do it.
Or
Can I help?
Arcana?
Yeah. How do you help?
I'm like, I think we're like conferring with each other as two like Arcana aficionados. Because
Okay.
like the scientist and the field researcher energy.
You start bouncing ideas off each other. Wisteria, you can now roll with advantage.
I got okay. Dirty 20 on that one.
Fuck.
Nice.
That's that will do it. Well, what about your second roll? What'd you get? Let's see if you get better.
The second roll, let's see, for a second roll, it's actually another dirty 20.
Hell yeah.
Fuck
Love
yeah.
that.
Wait,
I'm gonna need those 220s somewhere down the road, damn it.
DM.
Yes.
Is that a free? Oh wait, in dirty 20s. Never mind.
Okay.
I was gonna ask about the two natural 20s in a row. Never mind. Forgot. It was
No flow states. No mechanics of that sort quite yet. Yeah, you take a look at this, and it is ancient armor for sure. Like this armor is maybe a couple thousand years old, and it shows. The armor was not originally green. It looks like it used to be like solid bronze back in the day.
Mm.
But there is a
Hmm.
powerful spell cast on it, one
Mm.
that repels anyone who would do it harm. One that repels thieves. If you go
Mm.
touching this armor with the intention of stealing anything or of damaging the armor, it will do its best to repel you.
Mm.
This is an ancient spell, and you're not entirely sure how to dispel it, but you could probably work it out given enough time. Do you want to spend that time to see if you can dispel the curse upon this armor?
I mean, sure. Let's give it a
Does
shot.
anybody have dispel curse in
Yeah,
their
does
in their
anybody
little list of
I
spells?
have any dispellation spells?
I
don't.
oh
I don't know
I have dispel magic.
anymore.
Okay, we can try dispel magic
Okay,
for sure.
here's the description.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Skrunk. It's like, so that's why Harvey always got shocked when he went through this. Little grubby fingers.
Mm. Yeah, I missed that little damage sponge.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me look at my notes real fast.
Mhm.
This is. Let me control F real fast. Okay. Got it. Do, 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 do. And then it says 10 plus the spell's level. Okay.
Did he see? Yeah.
I need you to make a spellcasting check for me. An ability check
Okay.
with your spellcasting modifier. This is going to be a DC 19.
That's 10.
10's not going to do it. You try to dispel the magic, and you see arcs of electricity just connect and disconnect from different parts on this armor as it tries to repel whatever's affecting it.
Ooh. Oh. Ah. Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Well, that didn't work.
Yeah. That's kind of it for me, guys.
I mean, I can try shooting the hand off, but
I don't know
Is
if that's
that
gonna work, Skrunk.
does that work before?
I feel like it did.
It has worked
Try?
before, but you're going to need to make a roll for it.
I will. And Sprunk says, "Let's go ahead and let's take a step back, everybody." And Sprunk he takes out from his bag that little canvas covered item. He unwraps the twine, kind of throws the canvas and twine on the ground, and we see has the cartridge holder. I forget what you would call it, the cylinder of a six shooter with barrel rifling. It's a break barrel, so it kind of snaps in half. And he unsnaps it. There's a kind of a large kind of spinnable double barrel situation going on. The top part has a rifling, and the bottom part has almost looks like a little slot. And he takes his little pop gun and he fits it into that slot. And he goes, "All right, I'm gonna take a crack at it." And he gets on one knee, a few feet away, let's say 15, 20 feet away. And he's gonna try to shoot the handoff so that he can get the was it the amulet?
If you're shooting the handoff, it's going to be the bracelet.
The bracelet, yes.
Okay. Roll to hit.
I would love to. That's gonna be a +6. And that is 14 to hit.
Yeah, I mean that is gonna hit. It is a still suit of armor. First off, roll damage for me, and while you do, I'm gonna describe what happens to everybody else. You guys hear a bang, louder now because you're in a cavern, that echoes
Oh,
seemingly
fuck me.
forever. Um, in the distance, you hear more echoes and more sounds. What they are, no idea. It could just be the sound of the gunshot echoing off of more things, or it could be something else. Skrunk, damage.
10.
10. Yeah, you shoot the gauntlet clean off of this suit of armor. I need you to make a dex save for me.
Up to. That is a 22.
That's a what?
22.
22. Yeah, do you an arc of lightning shoots out of the now empty empty wrist of this suit of armor and just narrowly misses you as you dodge out of the way. The hand drops to the ground, and so does the bracelet, separate from the gauntlet.
Cool. I'm happy with just a bracelet. You guys want to try to take anything else off this?
No, I think success with just the bracelet.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
feel like we're
grab the-
playing a risk with anything else.
Fair enough. I take the bracelet. Can I try to figure out what it is?
Roll Arcana
Yeah, I would love to.
or investigation. What languages do you speak actually?
Common and Draconic.
Okay, yeah, neither of those is going to work here.
No Arcana or Investigation.
No.
Wait,
The Arcana will for sure work.
Arcana will?
Investigation if you don't want to know exactly what it does. But
Yeah, 21 for Arcana.
21. This is a ring, or not a ring, a bracelet of self-destruct. Basically, upon casting the first and final cast of the spell woven into this bracelet, the user explodes. And all they have to say is self-destruct.
Oh.
Huh.
Huh. Hey, Dio, you want a bracelet?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that's so fucked up. Oh no. Character death incoming.
We just don't like this guy, okay?
God
Not my
damn.
Harvey.
It's not my Harvey.
Roman, there's a chance you might have to sit out for a session if this goes the way I think it's gonna go.
Yeah, Dio
I'm just
accepts those
hating
very
him, man.
happily.
Yeah, he begins to hand it over. He's like, I'm just teasing you, man. Hey, and then he explains what it is.
Oh, okay, cool. Dio, it does
Oh.
look expensive. That is solid gold, and it is magic. So
Oh, well,
that's
tuck that
information for
away
you.
for now.
Everyone else, we move on.
Okay.
And as we do, the echoes get louder. They get closer. And I need everybody to roll perception for me.
I feel like I've been a little bit more cautious with that. Sorry, gang. That is going to be 12.
Okay.
18.
Hell yeah.
24.
Hell yeah.
23.
Okay. Everybody but Skrunk. You hear something familiar.
Uh-oh.
Something you really only hear when your familiars are around, or when you're around the male areas in Duskwater. You
No.
hear a ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Hmm. They got gazers down here.
I
What do y'all
think
do?
they might have more than gazers, Wisteria.
I mean,
Could I try to quietly look around to see if I can see where the gazers are?
Roll perception with disadvantage because it's dark.
Okay. Okay. Perception. My low roll was an 11 plus 5, so 16.
16. With a 16, you look ahead. You raise your torch as the rats run ahead of you. And as you do, you see the rats scatter. Because in front of you, you see the reflection of an eye. And then another eye. And then another.
Mm.
Gross.
As a large maw opens beneath them. You
Mm.
see in front of you a beholder.
Oh, fuck.
And that is where we're going to end this episode of Time of Blood.
Oh, motherfucker.
Oh.
Oh my
Gosh.
god.
Okay.
You guys get to
Ah.
fight a beholder. Are you excited?
No.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the rat cafes. And...
I couldn't let you get to midnight without some fuck shit, you know?
You're gonna fucking stunlock Strunk. I know it.
I
know how
am.
this game works.
It beholders are pretty powerful monsters. Who knows? I might have nerfed it a little bit. We'll see.
Oh,
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
You didn't like I didn't
Yeah,
nerf
yeah.
it until you were like, yeah, I nerfed it.
It
I know how you
might also
fucking
be
prove
fully
this shit.
homebrewed. We'll see.
It's the
A
undead
homebrew
beholder.
Oh
A
gosh.
vampiric beholder.
This is a Time of Blood beholder. You guys have not seen one of these before. Chat, thank you so much for joining us. This has been yet another episode of Fresh Rolls. Before we leave you, we're gonna do the podcast outro, but I want to get everybody in on what we're doing here live. This is going to be cut out for the podcast version of this. I'm going to go through the podcast outro, and then we're going to raid somebody. So stick around. When I say bye-bye, that's not actually a bye-bye quite yet. We're going to send you off to somebody else also playing D&D. So let's go through that outro, and then we'll send you guys on your way. Thank you guys once again for joining us for another episode of Fresh Rolls. And until next time, it has been our pleasure to serve you. Thank you and good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
All right, chat, let's raid somebody. Let's go. All right, we're gonna look at the D&D category. Let's see who's online. Nope, that's the D&D channel. Who is not live. This looks like a cool little stream. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, chat, as always, if they're fucked up, not my fault. Don't blame me. Just leave. If they do not follow the sensibilities of you, I'm not endorsing them. I'm just sending you off to somebody else who's playing D&D as well. So everybody, please enjoy your time. Be kind. Tell them Fresh Rolls sent you. And until next time, for real this time, let's send you over. So I'm gonna do /raid. Go tell gaming related how much you love D&D. Everybody ready up?
Awesome.
Alrighty, chat. Once again, until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you. See you next week.